Christianity has been accelerated or, like at this time?
ISIS did the biggest favor to Christianity than they think. And I just came like a week ago from recording testimonies with Kurds. And there are huge numbers among Kurds. Do you remember Kobani? Yeah, Syria. Kobani is one of the most radical cities that belongs to Kurds. Like Kurds usually they are not very radical, but Kobani was the most radical place in the Kurdish population, with the Kurdish population. ISIS surrounded that place. Just to give you an example, they surrounded that place for months, I think. It was on the news all the time. And they destroyed the whole city almost. And the Kurdish ladies, they were defending that place. Now Kobani has a church in it. And it wouldn't happen, even in our dreams, without that thing happening there. And I have known families that came to the Lord from Kobani. I just met a family of 14 people. They came to the Lord, all of them together from that city. And when I asked the Kurds, I said, what made you change? They said, what ISIS did opened our eyes. So when they came to see Islam in action, because Islam in theory is different than Islam in action. When you see it, I mean, it is something when you read, kill the infidels, it will be a sentence. But when you see it on the ground, when you see blood and applied before your eyes, you change your attitude. So God changed the Kurds through that. And I know that happened with the Syrians, with the Iraqis, and different places. And so I think the Lord, even if Saudi Arabia is changing, Iran is changing, United States is changing, I think the Lord is still using all the circumstances to bring people to faith. And it's still growing like this. And I think it will never stall. Yeah, it's accelerating. Huge numbers. When we started the show, we had the first episode around 700, 800 phone calls. And we're using satellite. We were not using social media back then. I stopped the satellite. The last episode I did, we got 1,000 phone calls just from Facebook. My the biggest fan country is Algeria. That follows me on, نص مليون Algerians are following me on Facebook. The second is Morocco, because I'm Moroccan. And the third one is Egypt. The fourth is Iraq. So 4 countries, and if you take into consideration each country, Egypt is like almost 100 million. Algeria is 40. Morocco is like 34. 36. So you take these countries are the Arab world, actually, what we call the Arab world.